Welcome to the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Unfiltered laughs, honest conversations, and everything in between.
This is your backstage pass to the best moments from Ryder and Lisa.
On demand.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.
On Mondays, we like to start the show by discussing important lessons learned over the weekend.
Dale texted in saying that over the weekend, they learned how to smoke a brisket, sent a video.
Rock and roll.
And I was like, oh, it's time for us to judge to see if this brisket is
Wiggly enough.
good enough. Oh, yeah.
It's got the wiggle.
It's got the wiggle, but it's also got the juice. So when they push down on the top of it, the juice comes out.
It's just...
It's got the juice. It's got the juice.
I don't think there's anything out there that if you cook it poorly and how bad it can be, and if you cook it terrifically and how amazing it is, I don't know if there's another food that there's that much difference. Because if you don't do brisket properly, it's terrible.
It doesn't just taste like delicious kind of beef jerky bites?
No, it's like so chewy you can't get through it. You've really got to break down those fats. So
Okay.
happy to hear that Dale hit it out of the park.
Got it done.
The internet helps.
Yes.
Like 30 years ago, did you just have to ask somebody that knew?
That's what I wonder all the time about everything. Even on TikTok, I'll see videos of ways to help your baby stop crying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, back in the day before the internet, you just have to kind of wing it or trust your neighbor's advice.
You'd ask the lady that you know with 5 kids because there's more odds that she's been through it.
Yeah. There's a move that people do. And this is a good tip for anyone listening that has a new baby at home. And you know how you get up in the night, you're feeding them, and then you have to wait till they burp. And sometimes it takes forever. She puts her baby on her chest and she just draws a figure 8 on the baby's upper back and burps within 10 seconds every time.
Yeah, that kid's just gassy.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a good chance that kid just burps
It's just all
a
the
lot.
time. Okay.
You as a baby.
It's totally.
You know? I learned that curling is a full contact sport.
No, it's not.
It is. One of my teammates ended up slipping and hurting herself. I saw a few other people wipe out. I know this is going to sound very
Rude?
weak
Okay.
of me to like strong people that don't want to hear it. I think there should be helmets in curling. I don't know why there isn't. You look at a ski hill now, everybody's got helmets on. They learned. They realized that, yeah, there's some significant head bumps out here. Let's throw on helmets. Why not?
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any less enjoyable.
Adults on bicycles, they're wearing their helmets now.
For the most part, they are, unless they stole the bike or if they're in a jean jacket.
Now, that's a way to go undercover.
Right.
If you want to steal a bike, if you're also wearing a helmet, no one is suspecting that you stole that thing.
Exactly.
No, I think you're making a valid point because you're right. One of your teammates did. She fell. She hit her head, blood. Can't look at screens for a week
Right.
because of the damage. So that's terrifying.
She's doing okay, thankfully.
Yes.
But I just feel like it's going to take one person to wear a helmet and then another person will, and then all of a sudden it becomes the norm. I know that sounds so lame because nobody does it at this point, but I do.
Yeah, what about people that like to go to bonspiels and dress up in costumes? That's going to mess with their costume, Ryder.
Mix in a helmet with it.
Or be a costume that has a helmet.
Yeah.
Be a character that wears one. Be Arnold from Hey Arnold.
No, then everybody would dress up as the same character. There's only so many characters with
Yeah,
helmets.
well, and no one else on that show wears helmets.
You could easily go as a hockey team. You could go as a ski team, a biking team with your helmets.
A bunch of bike thieves.
No, they don't wear helmets.
I know, but I was saying they should start. So how do you know? That's my point. So hit us up. Let us know what you learned over the weekend. We'd love to hear from you.
Asking you important lessons that you learned this weekend. Got this text. Just because you're scared doesn't mean you're not capable. I did my longest hike ever this weekend, 35 kilometers.
What? 35 kilometers? Can't catch me doing that. Although
You think 8 hours of hiking probably?
it was the first time since getting my Apple Watch on February 1st that I did a perfect week. 7 days in a row, closing every ring. That's a big deal.
This past week was the first week?
Yeah.
Wow, congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. because it's been my goal every week. But then there's a day every once in a while that you have a migraine or you just can't be standing up as much as you want to.
Does it count for motion when you're just lifting a drink up to your mouth?
Ryder, I'm sorry that I had too many double vodkas over the weekend, okay? I was trying to keep up with a friend that's good at drinking doubles.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if that helped close some rings.
It didn't, but I still got it done because I worked out before.
Oh, okay. Good.
Sending her that night. But I still went to the gym the next day.
I was telling my family about touching grass, just what the expression means, like get outside and touch some grass. Mm-hmm. I learned that in Japan, there's a tradition called forest bathing, which is pretty much the same thing.
So you go outside and you
walk through the woods to reduce stress.
It really does. When's the last time you walked through the woods? It is a different
that first
feeling.
text we got walked 35 kilometers in the woods.
Yeah.
We should have talked to them today if they're like the least stressed person.
With my luck, though, I would go out into the forest thinking this is my time to relax. Let's go. Mosquitoes. Bear.
Skunk.
Exactly.
Coyote. Yeah, you'd be screwed. Sad to hear about Hudson's Bay going into liquidation. Apparently $1 billion in debt. And so they're making some big changes, shutting the doors on all of their stores. It sounds like June will likely be when that happens. That company dates back to 1670.
Whoa.
So all 80 stores going into liquidation.
I just read today that also across the U.S., they're closing all of the Forever 21. So what the heck? We're losing options to get some new tops for a night out over the weekend.
Do you get a new top when you go out for the weekend?
I mean, not
Very
anymore.
often. Well, exactly.
But when I was in my prime, I would go to Forever 21 every weekend. So maybe they just need to rebrand, open a new store, call it Forever 41.
Right, and come out with clothes for 41-year-olds on the weekend instead of 21-year-olds.
Which would entail...
Sweatpants, I guess?
Yeah.
Probably.
A shirt to wear to bed where when you wake up in the morning, your boob isn't outside of the shirt.
We have a tradition around here on St. Patrick's Day. We convinced a co-worker of ours, Jake Ryan, who you know well, to jump into the recording studio to do a commercial with a fake script that we had written, filled with St. Patrick's Day tongue twisters.
And he had no idea.
No. You ready for this?
He's taking it so seriously, too. Of course, because you don't want to waste the producer's time, right?
Right.
You don't know that this is fake.
Take it away, Jake.
All right, let's do it. Pick up the perfect St. Patrick's Day present for your special someone from... Sorry, buddy. Pick up the perfect St. Patrick's Day present for your special someone from Prestige Jewelers. Exquisite Swiss crown. Oh, this is a tongue twister and a half, this one. Holy shit. The Ballycrumlin Irish wristwatch. What? The Ballycrumlin Irish wristwatch featuring exquisite Swiss. Oh my good God. Featuring exquisite Swift craftsmanship. Featuring exquisite with its patented Philip kinetic phase calendar and low static friction coefficient, it's as accurate as it is elegant. As seen on wrists of Mila Jovovich, the Irish wristwatch is pure opulence for any occasion. Oh my God.
There it is. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I love it. We have a question for you after discovering that Ryder fixed something without even meaning to fix it. So we're calling this segment, What's Your Remedy?
That was really good.
Thanks. So what is something that you fixed in an unconventional way without even meaning to? You've been hitting up an oxygen chamber.
Yeah.
For your injury.
Hyperbaric Health Spa, because I broke my clavicle last week and I have a golf trip in early May and I need to do everything I can so that I can potentially golf. And even if I can't on that trip, at least I'll know I tried.
So you're going into this oxygen chamber, which a lot of professional athletes do to heal their muscles faster and their injuries. And it's been great for you. You are still in a sling with the broken clavicle, but something else that it's fixed.
Is my snoring.
You do not snore.
It's done.
It's gone. And when we first went to Hyperbaric Health and Spa, the owner was even saying, like, I was skeptical when I first got into this industry. I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. It also fixes things like snoring. And his girlfriend's like, you don't snore anymore after a couple sessions in this oxygen tank. Oxygen chamber.
My snoring used to sound like I was trying to suck ping pong balls through my nostrils.
Yeah.
Like it was, and I think there's some sleep apnea there as well, where I would, if I couldn't get that air, I'd just stop breathing until it pretty much woke me up. And then I'd go back to sleep. It's not healthy, obviously.
So over the weekend, Ryder's on the couch watching some golf, falls asleep. I didn't even know he was home.
And normally...
That's the difference, is me being, like, usually I can hear when you're falling asleep on the couch because you start snoring immediately. Didn't hear a sound. I think it's working. It's crazy. So that's the question. What is your remedy? What did you fix without even really meaning to? That wasn't even your intention.
It's been so good. Like I feel like I've been getting better sleeps, which is not what I went into the oxygen chamber for.
No, you went in for your injury.
If anybody wants information on it or has questions for me, feel free to reach out to. I'm more than happy to.
Just you wait and see. The text line's going to blow up with people that are sick and tired of someone in their house snoring, keeping them up all night.
Yeah. So yeah, little things that you've changed or implemented that have really shown
a huge
benefit.
Yeah, positive impact in your life.
780-784-7107 if you got one. Little changes you've made that have had big impacts on your life in a positive way.
Yeah, this after Ryder's been going to an oxygen chamber for his injury, but it's also getting rid of his snoring, or at least helping the snoring. Crazy.
I feel great, and I've only been twice, so I'm really excited to keep this going.
Ben wrote in saying, I changed my laziness by simply having a shower before doing things. It always works. It peps me up.
Huh.
There you go. If you're feeling down in the dumps, not really motivated to do things, maybe a quick cold shower will help.
So we're asking you, what's your remedy, even if it wasn't the original intention? Shannon says, I decided to become a vegan a year ago because it aligned with my love for animals and just always felt wrong to eat them. Ended up losing 40 pounds in the process. Bonus.
What?
And Theo hit us up saying, I joined a floor hockey team just to get some exercise. My teammates have really become my new best friends now.
Cute.
It's nice to have a community after losing touch with a lot of my old high school friends over the years.
Sometimes you just got to do new things.
Put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there. Leah wrote in saying, I put my phone in another room to charge, and it was amazing how many things I got done around the house because of it. You kind of forget your phone exists.
Yeah. A lot of these that are coming in are just motivation to get work done around the house. I don't want that. You know?
Yeah. Does anyone have any tips on how to be lazier?
I want to figure out how to lay down and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, we need stories like, remember that one time we had a similar topic on our show at one point, and we had a listener write in that they were so lazy they created a stick. What was that made out of? But it was the ability to turn on and off the TV without getting off the couch.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
5 simple words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We are joined by Todd, ready to win $1,000. Is this your first time getting through, Todd?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay.
All right. Here's how the game works. You're going to pick a teammate, Lisa or myself, who will leave the room and not be able to hear round one. We're going to give you 5 words. Just tell us the first word that comes to mind for each, or whatever you think might be the most common answer. We'll invite your teammate back in. They'll play the same game with the same words, and for everyone that matches, it's $25. But if you hit them all, it's $1,000.
Who's your teammate, Todd?
All right, I'll go with Ryder.
Okay, get out of here. Best of luck, team.
Thank you.
Just want to test out my timer, make sure we're good to go. Yep. All right. All right, I'm going to start that timer after the first word.
Okay.
What comes to mind when I say lucky?
Number,
Sheet. S-H-E-E-T. Sheet.
betting,
Slam.
dunk,
Cheese.
Whiz?
Push.
Shove?
Good answers. Okay, now I want Cheese Whiz. Let's get your teammate back in. Hi, Ryder.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's make Todd's day and give him some money. What do you think?
Yep.
Let's
Give
do
me a
it.
second. I'm a little slower moving than normal.
That's okay.
All right, I'm set up. Let's get it.
Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say lucky? He really doesn't want to screw up on the first word.
Yeah, come back to that one.
Okay. Slam.
Dunk?
$25. Nice work. Push.
Pull.
Shove. That's tough. That's tough. Let's keep
That was
going.
my second one.
Cheese.
Burger?
Whiz.
Oh, tough words.
Sheet.
Bed?
Bedding.
Yeah,
We're going to do it. Who cares? $50.
Heyo.
For $75, Ryder, what comes to mind when I say lucky?
Logger?
That's a good one.
Numbers, what Todd said.
Okay.
I was thinking Lucky Charms. I don't know.
Oh.
That's a tough word, isn't it?
Yeah, I should have went St. Patrick's Day.
Right?
I was thinking too, but
Well, Lucky Lager, I mean, I guess that's kind of...
you
It's
put
a beer,
green in
it's
it.
a beer vibe. Hey, you picked up $50. Thanks for playing, Todd.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Next chance to play tomorrow morning. Place is going to chug a Guinness.
Yeah, I've been really good at this in years past, but I might have lost my mojo. I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's like riding a bike. I've been able to chug it in under what? What's the best I've done? 8 seconds? But that was like 6 years ago. Times have changed.
Yeah.
So get your guesses in. How long do you think it'll take me to chug a Guinness? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everyone that guesses is qualified to pick up a 4-pack of admission tickets to Tell Us World of Science, where we should probably go and learn how to properly pour a Guinness.
Yeah,
'Cause I
there's
feel
not,
like it's wrong.
not enough head.
Nope, it's not. And I don't know if the temperature is right. I think it's supposed to be a little bit warmer than this, but not too warm. You know?
Yeah, a little bit cooler than room temp is kind of the goal with Guinness.
Okay, so keep that in mind that it's a little bit colder than it should be.
Coming
So
up with excuses
the
already.
chugging skills might not be as good as years past. We have this posted on our socials as well, a picture of me with the Guinness, and people can guess in the comments. And everybody's guessing like 5 minutes or more. I'm like, no.
I may have
There's
started
no
that.
way that it'll take me longer than 30 seconds, in my opinion.
I would hope not.
I know.
You're not chugging a case of Guinness. You're just drinking one beer.
Okay, so get your guesses in. How many seconds will it take me to slam a Guinness live on air?
Uh-huh.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everyone that guesses is qualified to pick up a 4-pack of admission tickets to Tell Us World of Science. We're going to do this next on the show.
Live on air. If anybody from a governing body asks, it was a 0% Guinness, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
What he
but
said.
If anybody asks, it is.
Every
Is that-
single year, Ryder makes me chug a Guinness on St. Patrick's Day. And then I'm a little bit tipsy for a little bit on the show. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that one beer will rock your socks, especially if you hit it fast. The first one, if you drink the first one fast, it'll always get you a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take my headphones off for this just so I can like properly get in the zone.
Okay.
Do we have any like Irish music or anything that can motivate me or no? All right.
Yeah.
I'll just raw dog it. It's fine.
No, we don't call it that.
Okay.
Well, the boss has talked to you numerous times. We're already going to get in trouble for doing this.
So right now I'm going to chug a Guinness live on air.
We got the music you've requested.
Woo! All right.
We've got the timer ready to go.
Okay, yep. Get your guesses in. You still have time.
Here we go,
I guess
Lisa.
I don't need a microphone close to me to chug, right?
On your mark. Get set. Cheerio. Oh, it's going down fast. Oh, slowing down a little bit, but pretty good speed. 9 seconds.
What?
9.19 is the
Whoa!
official time.
To all you haters out there, that underestimated me.
Uh-oh, she's drunk already. Oh.
People guessing 5 minutes. Grow up. 9 seconds is pretty good. I think my record is 7. I am getting older.
It's
Getting harder to do it, right? But maybe next year I'll train leading into St. Patrick's Day. Kind of snuck up on me this year. I went,
I don't know how you
today's the
train
day.
necessarily for Guinness. Is it like eating potatoes? Just doing all the Irish things?
Yeah, listening to Dropkick Murphys on repeat.
Cheering for Rory McIlroy.
Well, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, he just won the Players' Championship this morning.
All right, so to everyone that guessed, you know what? Everyone that guessed is qualified. Even if you guessed 7 minutes, like what?
I guessed 28 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
On Facebook. I'm going to go delete that.
Perfect. So there was a new study done, and people were asked why they go to the gym. I think odds are a lot of people were assuming it's, to be healthier. Nope.
Looks.
Does
make a pretty big difference.
71% of people polled said they're there for looks.
Like even the act of sweating, getting your heart rate up, moving, all of those things, you can see it in somebody's face. When they're physically active, quite often you can tell.
Absolutely. I mean,
Not even like weight loss or like getting jacked, any of that. Just genuinely like vibes.
I was saying earlier on the show that I finally, for the first time with my Apple Watch, closed all my rings for 7 days straight, which is a huge accomplishment to me. But I'm still eating 3 cream eggs a day.
And chugging Guinnesses for breakfast. But as long as you're working out.
Trying to look good.
The vibes can be
so
there.
hard.
It really is.
You do get to an age where you're just maintaining.
Yeah.
Most people, at least.
But when it does have the health benefits.
Yeah. I mean, mental health benefits.
Mental health.
Physical. I mean, your blood pressure's going down.
And
you're feeling more confident.
Eventually, you end up wanting to be there. Mm-hmm. When you first get back to working out, that might not be the case.
So something that I've realized every time I go in and I see the other regulars, I like to call myself a regular now. I go, well, if they're here, I have to be here. Right?
Yeah.
They're here, so
if you don't show
I
up,
need to be here.
They're going to think you're dead.
I wonder if I'm a regular to some people. You know how there's characters in the gym that you expect to see every time you go?
Abs man, for example.
Yeah. The old man that wears pajama pants on the treadmill every day?
Guess what he's not wearing in the change room, that guy?
What?
Anything.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I watched an older fella blow dry his nards with...
No, you didn't.
With, one leg up on the counter, blow drying. He must have forgot his towel. Anyway, just dangling around.
Doesn't care.
No.
He's paying to be there,
Swinging
so might
around
as well.
like a punching bag.
So this just in, 71% of people polled said that they are working out to look good, not to actually be healthier. So yeah, if you see me at the gym and then you see me 20 minutes later in the Arby's drive-thru, no, you didn't. Mind your business.
Does anybody else work out at the gym because they can shower there and they're saving money on their water bill, or am I just a cheap ass?
You would.
We want to try out a new segment here called Hard to Argue That, where we both just make fairly bold statements that it's hard to argue with.
Exactly.
So if somebody feels like they disagree with one, the other person kind of loses.
All right.
It should be stuff that's just agreeable.
I think that mine are good.
Okay. You want to give me one?
Nothing more satisfying than the 3 minutes all of your clothes are clean and put away.
Oh, hard to argue that.
Hard to argue that.
Mondays, not the best day for St. Patrick's Day.
Hard to argue that.
Yeah.
There is such thing as too much cheese on something.
Hard to argue that.
Hard to argue that. It's few and far between, but sometimes you're like, it's a bit much.
When it's squishy in your teeth?
When it's so thick that, like, where's the rest? Where's the other stuff
Yeah,
in this
sure.
dish? Yeah.
I'm going to stay with food. Subway's jalapenos just hit a little bit harder for some reason.
Hard to argue that. My last one is I should get a free ketchup in every drive-through experience.
Without asking.
I don't care what I ordered. I need a ketchup.
Yep.
Just in case.
Hard to argue that.
Hard to argue that.
If I'm paying for a subscription, I shouldn't have to see ads.
Hard to argue that. Also, if I'm paying for a subscription, why, when I go in, are you asking me to pay for a movie you have on there?
Hard to argue that. Why are you even showing me movies you don't have on your service for free?
Yeah. Hard to argue that. Sorry. I'm just getting used to this new segment. Ryder mouthed it to me. Say it.
I just had to cue her into it.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Thanks for being a part of the Ryder and Lisa community. If you liked hanging out with us, don't forget to subscribe and share the laughs with your friends.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.